So today I'm going to take a look at this, the Bogner Goldfinger 90. This is the 90 watt version of the Goldfinger. There's a couple of different versions of the Goldfinger. They got the 45, this one, the 90. They got the 54, which is just the clean channel. And the newest one is the SL. So the SL and the 45, I think the 54 as well, also all have 6v6 tubes, but this one has EL34 tubes, which is kind of what was the appeal to me, because I was looking for something to kind of replace my Marshall amps, and you know, this kind of is a greatest hits of Marshall kind of amp. In addition, it's got maybe one of the best clean channels I've ever heard on an amp, which is probably one of the nicest bonuses you could ever get with when you're looking for a dirty amp. So real quick, the clean channel is what they call the alpha channel, and the dirty side is called the omega channel, which is also split into two different gain stages. You've got the loud 69, which is kind of plexi-ish, and then there's the 80s mode, which is more on your JCM 800 side. All of the channels, in addition to what they already have there's two loops. There's a pre-loop, which has its own kind of boost and gain circuit in there that you can tweak on the back of the amp. And it also has a post loop, which is kind of more, I guess, like your traditional loop, but it also has a adjustable volume and gain on there, all kind of rolled into one, and you can flip them, you know, in combination. You can have both on, you can have just one on or the other, and you can get a lot of different flavors of sounds and different levels of gain with just them two, making this thing actually incredibly flexible. And it works on the clean channel too. I don't really use it all that much on the clean, but it is certainly very helpful on the omega channel for the dirty sounds. Now, getting into this, that first track that you heard at the beginning, all the sounds on that were exclusively the loud 69 mode. So the dirty channel set to the 69 setting, which is kind of like plexi-ish sounds. At least that's certainly what it's inspired by. This next track that I'm going to show you now it'll start out with the clean channel exclusively, and then move over into the 80s mode with a couple of the boosts on there, and you can kind of hear what all that stuff sounds like together. I gotta say, I've been super impressed with this amp, and it really, it was a blind buy. I'd never tried one, but it was definitely worth dropping the money on one just to check it out, because it's a really inspiring amp. I've been really pleased with the way it sounds, and I think it's gonna stay. So anyway, let's check out that track. that is the Bogner Goldfinger 90 with the EL34 tubes. And I forgot to mention earlier, the reverb on this thing is unbelievable. There were, the only effect really on any of them tracks was there was a little tiny bit of delay on some of the solos. But other than that, all the reverbs were coming from the amp. It doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard before on a reverb. It was, it's pretty special. The reverb is worth buying the amp alone for. So yeah, if you kind of like this amp and you like the way it sounded, then yeah, that's the Bogner Goldfinger 90. If like me, you were kind of torn and you didn't know, like, is it worth getting the 45? Is it worth getting the 90? I don't know. Is 90 watts too loud? Am I ever going to be able to open it up? Well, here's the thing. The master volumes, or the volume on this, it sounds awesome. This amp sounds great at any volume, and you can also drop it to 60 watts, or you could go on half power, and then you've got the high and low on there, so you can drop it even further to either 45 watts or 30 watts. And you know, the higher the wattage is kind of the bigger it sounds. Even at a consistent volume, it just seems to open up a little bit. But if you are interested in maybe taking a look at the 45, the Studio Rats have a great demo on their channel of this amp, but the 45 watt version. But if you have access to a 90, or you know, there's you may be thinking about it, I wouldn't hesitate. This thing sounds amazing at any volume. It certainly is not too much amp by any means, I don't think. And I've been very pleased with this purchase. So yeah, go check them out. You're really, I don't think Bogner are easy to reach at the moment. I don't think they've got the website up and running. So if you are looking for a Goldfinger, you could always go to maybe through Guitar Center or Sweetwater or something like that, but they're probably going to give you like the SL, because that's currently what's in production. I don't believe the 90 or the original 45, maybe even the 54. I don't think any of them are in production anymore. So your best bet is probably going to be eBay or Reverb for some of these. But they're actually really at some good prices right now. I know a lot of the 45s and 90s you can probably bag for about $1,500 or $1,600 if you're patient. Lastly, if you do enjoy the content that is on this channel, I will be doing more videos, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that stuff just helps me out, and I'll be putting out more stuff in the future. So until next time, see you then. Bye bye.